We have some major breaking news this evening as it has been announced that Jesse Love has been disqualified from the NASCAR Xfinity Series race at Rockingham Speedway, and Sammy Smith has been declared the winner of the race. What's going on, guys? It's Daniel, and welcome back to our video. As I just said in a second, we got some pretty massive and major breaking news this evening, as it has been officially announced and confirmed that Jesse Love has been disqualified from the NASCAR Xfinity Series race at Rockingham Speedway, and Sammy Smith is the winner. Here's a report from Bob Pockers tonight. News from Xfinity Tech. Jesse Love has been disqualified. Sammy Smith is the winner of the Xfinity Series race at Rockingham. Now, why was Jesse Love disqualified from winning the race at Rockingham? Well, the reason is because it was a rear suspension violation on the Jesse Love car. Jesse Love, of course, had crossed the finish line first. He had led 53 laps in the race today, but he did fail post-race tech. I feel terrible for Jesse Love in this situation. Jesse Love, of course, had been the fastest car all day long, but I had a feeling that there was something going on with that number 2 machine, and when it took almost 2 or 3 hours for them to get inspection done, I felt like something was clearly going wrong with that number 2 machine. This is also the second time this year in 2025 in all 3 series where we've seen someone who's actually originally won the race and crossed the finish line first. This is the second time this year we saw it, of course, at Daytona earlier this year. Parker Clearman had crossed the finish line first at Daytona International Speedway. I think it was something in the rear of the car. I'm pretty sure that they had violations on the spoiler, if I'm not mistaken, and Parker Clearman got disqualified, and Corey Heim was declared the winner of the race. Henderson Motorsports did go ahead and appeal that, which they unfortunately lost their appeal, and Corey Heim was stood as a winner, and that was Heim's first Super Speedway win in the top 3 series. This is really unfortunate for Jesse Love. This had been originally his first non-super speedway win, and Jesse Love put together a fantastic and really strong performance. But if the team is cheating, I think that they are cheating, and it's a really unfortunate situation because I think Jesse Love, like I said, put together a great performance today. And I think that 2 car was really, really good. But also at the same time, it's a really big deal for Sammy Smith because Sammy Smith has been turned a corner the last couple weeks. Sammy Smith now has his first win of 2025, his 3rd career Xfinity Series win, his first win since Talladega last year in the fall, and his first win outside of like a short track. It's technically not a short track, Rockingham is, but I think today's, for Sammy Smith, this is a really big deal. Not only does he get the Dasher cash to get $100,000, but also it's a big deal for Sammy Smith because he does pick up a victory. So congratulations to Sammy Smith on picking up a really shocking win because, like I said, Sammy Smith was probably not going to win this race, but nonetheless, congratulations to him on getting it done. So because of this, we've got some changes in the running order. So, of course, Sammy Smith's now the winner. Parker Retzlaff jumps up to second, gets his first runner-up finish ever, came very close to winning his first career NASCAR Xfinity Series win today, but he moves up to second. Harrison Burton finishes third, the highest finishing position for AM Racing in NASCAR Xfinity competition. Brennan Poole, he goes up to 4th position, so good for Brennan Poole to get a top 5 once again. Once again, Al Prime has 2 cars inside of the top 5. Taylor Gray moves up to 5th. Austin Hill moves up to 6th. Josh Williams moves up to 7th. Jeb Burton will go up to 8th. Daniel Dye goes up to 9th. And Jeremy Clements scores, I believe, his first top 10 of 2025. Dean Thompson moves up to 11th. Brandon Jones goes up to 12th. Connor Zilish moves up to 13th. Casey Kane goes up to 14th instead of 15th. Alfredo moves up to 15th. Carson Quaff moves up to 16th. Justin Allgaier goes up to 21st. Ryan Sieg finishes 18th in the race. Matt DiBenedetto gets promoted to 27. Sam Mayer goes up to 26. Catherine Lake finishes 37. Sheldon Creed finishes in 36. Now, I would have to expect, and probably by the time this video is going out, I would have to think that they're probably going to appeal this. I would not be surprised. Oh, and also another big news as well. We actually got other news too tonight. Justin Bonsner also was disqualified from the NASCAR Xfinity Series race as well. So we got 2 cars that actually were disqualified. So now we've got 2 cars also in trouble as well at the end. But I feel bad for Jesse Love in this situation because Jesse Love, in my opinion, had put together a really strong, great performance tonight, and Jesse Love had deserved the win. But if you do have a car that's really, really good and you do unfortunately fail post-race tech, you're going to get in trouble. But at same time, it's kind of redemption from last year when Sam Mayer got disqualified after Xfinity race at Talladega. They tried to appeal it in the rear, and they unfortunately lost their appeal. We saw Corey Heim last year. He got disqualified for Ludness last year at Charlotte Motor Speedway. He unfortunately tried to appeal that, and we all saw a couple years ago, we all go back to Pocono, when Denny Hamlin and Kyle Busch crossed the finish line in first and second at Pocono. They both both failed tech for, I think, something of tape on the front of the car, I'm pretty sure, and they gave the win to Chase Elliott after that. And we've also seen this in the past as well, but I feel bad for Jesse Love because, like I said, Jesse Love had put together a really strong and really, really great performance. And again, I feel terrible because I think that he genuinely had a car that was going to win it, and I feel for Love because, again, I think he does deserve this, and I just think for Love, it's unfortunate and it's a terrible situation for the team. Again, like I said, I do think that Rich Choice Racing is going to appeal the penalty because Richard Choice Racing, they're not a team that likes to lose things like this, and when you have a situation like this, most of the time, you're going to appeal penalties like this, especially when you cross the finish line first. If they can present the stuff in the appeal, if they do go ahead and decide to appeal, they'll probably try to go ahead and appeal that, but once again, I feel terrible for this team in this situation, really Jesse Love in particular, because Jesse Love is the one who doesn't work on the cars. Jesse Love's just a driver, and at this point, for someone like Jesse Love, who's put together a solid season up to this point, you can't lose these points like this, because this is 5 playoff points that Jesse Love has also lost. So again, I do expect that Rich Choice Racing is going to go ahead and appeal the penalty, because this is still a really big penalty for the team. So we're just going to have to wait for that appeal to come out, and we'll probably discuss that on Monday when it does get revealed, but again, I feel terrible for Jesse Love. He did everything he had to do. He had earned this win legitimately originally, and he done everything he had to do, put together a really impressive performance. I feel bad for him in this situation. Him personally, I don't really feel bad for the team because they were the ones that were cheating and messing with the cars, and if they were doing it, so be it. Again, like I've already mentioned a second ago, I think they're going to go ahead and appeal it, and I think an appeal thing will be coming very soon for Jesse Love in regards to this disqualification. But like I said, feel terrible for Jesse Love, and I do feel bad for Justin Bonzone too, because it sounds like he also got disqualified as well, so we got multiple disqualifications taking place. But again, I feel for Jesse Love because he put together a really strong, great performance today, and the win is for nothing at this point, and he won't win the Rockingham race. Instead, Sammy Smith is the winner of the Return to the Rock, so the A car goes back to victory lane at this track as well. So the great DI number A car goes to victory lane, and I feel bad for the driver of the 2 car, Jesse Love, for not getting it done, because I thought Jesse Love had earned the win, but I guess he doesn't earn the win because he did fail post-race inspection. So that is going to be it for tonight's special breaking news report on Jesse Love getting disqualified and Sammy Smith winning the race at Rockingham. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, notifications on, so if I win a video, it does go live on my channel. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and support me on Patreon as well. List description below that, and comment your thoughts below on today's episode. What thoughts about a disqualification? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And do you feel bad for Jesse Love in this situation or not? And if they did fail, do you think they'll appeal it? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Tomorrow on the channel, we're going to have 2026 NASCAR Cup silly season predictions dropping on Easter. I do want to wish you guys a happy Easter, as of course tomorrow is Easter. And then of course on Monday, we're going to have a NASCAR news video discussing news over the course of the last couple of days. We'll talk more about this disqualification. We'll talk about people like Haley Diggins, Shane Van Gisbergen, and Carl Rhodes, Kurt Busch, Kyle Busch, Ross Chastain, Bubba Wallace, Chase Elliott, the lawsuit between 2012 and Front Row Mice, some of the updates coming out about that soon. Rockingham, Cleus McFarland, Jake Garcia, other people like Red Bull, KSI, Logan Paul, all that good stuff we'll talk about on the channel over the next couple days as we get to Talladega. And we've got a lot of racing coming up really soon. Looking forward as we head to Talladega Super Speedway, but some pretty shocking news tonight in regards to Jesse Love. So anyways, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's episode, and I'll see you guys next time for more great, awesome NASCAR content and other motorsports content on the channel like this. Take care, everybody.